Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is NIHM and welcome to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about what's going on in the markets, and I'm sure you guys have seen it's not looking good at all. And now, should you panic or should you actually stay calm? We're going to make sense out of this in this video. Now, if you're a beginner in the crypto space, and welcome. And that's what we see very frequently. And if you're the seasoned investor and you know what's going on, well, I'm sure you also feel bad as well, just a bit. But let's make some sense out of it. Now, if we look at the Bitcoin chart, right now we're going to take a look at it on my computer. And first off, if we zoom out, it doesn't look that bad. Although we did wipe out about a month and a half worth of gains. We were up to here back in March 8th, and now we're down here. So it's not the best. I know our portfolios looked better yesterday and the day before and even a few weeks back. So I'm sure many of you heard the news and decided that Biden is the reason behind all of this. While I do agree to a certain extent, it is not the only cause for this drop, although it is a big cause. So if you're not familiar with the news, Biden decided to increase taxes on capital gains. Biden proposed that gains from equities to be treated as income, basically to be taxed as the same rate as your income for your investments, for your gains in your investment, and that would actually increase it up to 39.6% instead of the current 23.8%. So right now, some people pay up to 23.8% taxes in capital gains, but right now, it might jump up to 39.6. It might. It's not what's going to go on 100%. First off, let me tell you why this does not make sense. Well, obviously, bad news does affect the crypto market in general and all the markets, but it just doesn't make sense for it to be that bad, because why would people sell off their cryptos if they're going to be taxed at a higher rate? I mean, they're going to be taxed on money they wouldn't have otherwise. Trust me, I'm not a big fan of taxing crypto. I hate it as much as you do, but it is what it is. But why would you miss on the opportunity of making a lot of money and pay more taxes on them versus not taking that opportunity and not make that money at all and not pay taxes, if you know what I mean. But as I said, this is not the only reason why the crypto market dropped. The other reason is because of the amount of liquidations that happened, and that is due to people trading with leverage. For those of you who don't know, trading with leverage is basically borrowing money from an exchange. Let's say I have $1,000 right now, and $1,000 would buy me half an Ethereum for the sake of simplicity, right? And let's say I want to double that. So I borrow another $1,000 from the exchange or from the brokerage, and now I would have one whole Ethereum and I'm trading with it. Now, it's all great because that's going to double my profits. However, it's going to make me lose money twice as fast. And there are some platforms out there that are offering 50 to 100 times leverage. Imagine. Right now you have $1,000, you can increase it up to $50,000 and you can make so much money. However, if you're 50x leveraged, a 2% drop means 2 times 50, which is a 100% drop. So if anything drops by 2%, that's it. You lost all your money. Not only your portfolio value decreases, but right now you will literally have zero money because you're going to have to pay the brokerage back and give him back the money you lent. So we saw a big drop back on April 17, and that is because of 4.87 billion of liquidations. You can see it right here. And then right now we have 1 billion in liquidations, 1.04. Now, I know leverage trading, or basically borrowing money from brokerages, can make you so much money if you know what you're doing. But for the average investor like you and I, we should not go anywhere near this, especially when it goes up to 5x, 10x, 50x leverage. So be careful with that. That's another reason why this happened. So when people got liquidated, their position obviously closed. Their long actually was liquidated, because we're talking about longs right now, right here. When people get liquidated, their position automatically sells. So the market keeps dropping further and further until, well, people start buying back again. But right now, let's make sense out of it and let's see where we might be going in the future. I am not worried at all. I haven't done any changes to my positions. I'm not looking to do any changes unless something like this happens. So first, in order to understand this, I need to explain the difference between a bullish market or a bull market or a bear market. A bull market is basically going up, bull, and bearish is bear for going down. So here's how a trend looks in a bull market. I'm gonna draw it roughly. It goes up, then down, then up, then down, then up, then down, and so on. So right here, this is a bullish market or a bull trend, where you can see we're doing higher lows. That's a low. So it went up, it made a low, higher lows, and it's also making higher highs. We have a high right here and we have a higher high. Now, what happens in a bear trend or a bear market? Let's say we reach the top of this market right here and we start going down. Then we see a lower high and a lower low. If you notice, lower high, lower low. Now that's a bear market right here. Now what does that mean and how can we compare it to this one? Obviously, as I said, a bear market is where we have lower highs and lower lows. That's a high, then we have a lower high, and we have a low and a lower low. So this basically confirms that this part is a bear market or bearish. Now, let me remove all of these and let's compare this to what we have with Bitcoin right now. So if you look at the daily chart right here, so we went up. So obviously we're in a bull market because we have right here, we have a high, then we have a higher high and the higher high. And also we have a low and the higher low and the higher low, right? But right now what we're doing is we have a high right here, but right now we're making a lower low. So basically this low right here is lower than this one right there. But that doesn't mean you should panic. What you should do is we should wait on what happens next. We might see something like this going up, maybe stopping around 59, 60K right here, and then going down and making a lower low. Here's when I would be worried. If I see this at 60 being rejected and then see it falling further, then I would start to change my perspective and decide, okay, maybe we are in a bear trend and we might be going down for now. But until then, we might see something where Bitcoin does something like this. It goes up and then goes somewhere around here. Please don't take the exact prices as they are because I'm just doing them randomly. It's just a rough estimate. So let's say it does that and then it goes down, makes a higher low from this one, and then we break out further. Then we're still in the bull trend, nothing happened. Right now, I can definitely not predict. I wish I can predict and tell you guys that no, this is going to 100K or 200K and be the optimist and tell you guys buy more Bitcoin. I'm not gonna do that. I'm very realistic when it comes to trading and you should be as well. It's nice to be perma-bull and you always want it to go up and you always see the long-term vision. However, for the short term, we should be realistic and look at the market and try to judge it with no bias as much as we can. I know it's hard because bias confirmation is real. Whenever I want something to happen, let's say I want this to go up, I try to justify it in ways why it might be going up while it might clearly be going down. So as I said, until then, I am not worried. And also with other coins, they also look similar. Litecoin, we're still making higher lows on Litecoin, so I'm not worried at all, matter of fact. Ethereum as well, I believe, yeah, we're still good. So the only one is Bitcoin, but as we know, when Bitcoin goes down, the market usually follows. So keep an eye out for this. This is gonna be a few days or even weeks before it plays out because that's the daily chart and each candle is one day. But until then, I'm just gonna be waiting. No changes in my position yet. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope I put some reason behind this and I made you guys think more rationally instead of think with your emotions and panic sell and most probably lose, because that's what happens when you trade using your emotion. And that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like the video if you enjoyed it. If you want access to my portfolio and exactly my trades and when I trade and what I'm holding, you can use the link below for my Patreon. It's where I post everything transparently. And that's it. Subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.